Hey, what's up, Crypto Nation? Vincent B here. Checking in with you on the Gunbot. Let's pull over the Bitrix account. I'm still trying to get these configuration settings right. Shout out to East Coast Crypto for sharing his settings. He's been having a lot of good success with his bot. I haven't really had too much success. I let it run all night on the default settings, and it didn't do anything, so I cranked it up to where East Coast had his, and it made some buys now, which I didn't have too many pairs in here. I only had like 10 pairs, and now I'm running 14 pairs right now. So you see BAD, FCT, GNT, LBC, TGB, MADE, SNT. You know, they were asking me what pairs I've had success with. It's only day 4, and I had a couple of days where I couldn't really get it to do anything. I turned my Bollinger Band way down because I felt like it was buying too far outside of the bands. And I was trying to get it to make better trades, but it just wasn't making any trades. So I turned it up to a more aggressive setting, I guess. And I have faith in it. I think it will work well. I'm still tweaking it. So Nick and the other people that were asking, I don't really know for sure how it's doing. I imagine it's gonna do pretty well. It's programmed not to lose money, and you know, if you let it go long enough, it will make you money. But I haven't really seen much results yet. I haven't really been seeing much of anything, though. I haven't been running a lot of pairs. I had it turned kind of down, if you will, and it wasn't really doing much. I was just doing manual trades, which I've been doing pretty good on. I had a good Litecoin trade, and I did good with Neo, and everything's been doing good though. So it's not hard to do good in a market like this with everything being up. You could just hold Bitcoin last couple of days, and I've done good. I have faith in the bot. I was joking around the other day that I loaded money in the bot and it was gone, but I didn't mean that the bot was losing money. Like I said, the bot is programmed not to lose money. If you look here, it will tell you where to buy and sell, and your security margin. You might lose money with the security margin, but I haven't seen that. That's at like 60%. So unless it's a massive dump, and I haven't seen anything like that. I don't know if I've ever seen a coin that drops 60%. You shouldn't really be messing with coins like that. Your top coin shouldn't drop 60% anyway. So, but that's from where you bought it. So over several days, maybe I could see that if there was a massive downturn. But the bot isn't something that you can just set and forget. You kind of have to pick good coins for one thing. You don't want to pick something that is mooning, because most likely it's going to dump, and you don't want to pick something that is in the process of dumping either. Worst case scenario, you're going to end up holding some bags with it. And then because the only way you're going to lose money is if you sell at a loss, and the bot won't sell at a loss. So unless you manually go in there and sell, you're not going to lose money. So that's my update on the bot. I'm still evaluating it. You don't want to throw a ton of coins in here either. That was the other problem. I loaded like 35 different pairs, and I couldn't keep track of what's going on. You kind of have to keep an eye on it and watch what it's doing. You don't want to just load 30 some coins and walk away for a day or two. Put in good picks, things that look good, like well, ETC, everything's kind of dumping right now, but it should fluctuate back up. The overall trend is up, so any of these really look good. Right now is a perfect time to be running a bot. It will eat all this stuff up, or it should anyway. And I'm still testing. I still have to make the spreadsheet. I've just been writing. I just like my paper and pencil, so I've just been keeping track on a notepad here, and it did make some rather bad buys, but that was probably user error. You know, I loaded up coins that like Augur here. You probably don't want to mess with something like this that just shot up 16%, because most likely it's going to come down. So I loaded a coin like this. I don't know if it was BAT or what it was, but it ended up buying up at the peak, and then it dumped, and I lost USD value, but I really didn't lose money because I didn't sell. I just waited, and eventually it came back up and made a sale. So it did end up making profit eventually. It just can take several days, or I imagine it could take longer. It just depends on what the coin's doing. You have to watch it. It's kind of like a Roomba vacuum cleaner. You know, you can't. It's gonna clean by itself, but you can't just put it in a room with like stuff all in the way. You know, you got to make sure that it has room to work, and like you can't have a bunch of dirty clothes laying all over your room and expect a Roomba to work. You know what I mean? You don't want to also like have it by a stairway where the Roomba is gonna like go down a set of steps. You know, I don't have one, but I imagine that would be a bad idea. You know, to put a robot by some steps that it's gonna fall down. That's kind of my, metaphor for setting it on a coin that just went up real high. You don't want it to, because it'll ride it down. Or you don't want to like have an open door and have your Roomba drive out into oncoming traffic. You gotta have some common sense. So if you do buy the bot, I have a link below for my affiliate link. Make sure you read the site on how to use it. Don't just look at my settings, which are pretty close to this here, but do your research and learn how to work this thing. Don't just watch somebody else. They have some extensive where was it? They have like an explanation of how everything works on here. Here it is. There's a page somewhere on here. Do your research though. Thoroughly go over the site and learn how to operate. Learn what each one of these values mean. Like, this is your buy and sell. I don't want to get into all this right now. This is going to be a long enough video already. The higher you have this, let's pull up my bot here. The higher you have this, the closer to the top Bollinger Band that it's going to sell at. Let me bring a chart over. Now, the bot has no way of knowing where these bands are exactly. It has to calculate where they are. Like what it says where the bands are isn't exactly where they're at. Like it'll say here low band and high band, but if you look, it's not going to be the same as on the graph because the exchange doesn't give out that information. Okay, so the bot has to just kind of figure where that's going to be based on your past sales. So that's here on Trend Watcher. It's going to go back 30 sales. Now it's going to be more reactive with the lower that is, and the higher that is, it's going to look back further to figure out where the trend is. So 30 is the default. This is how much your trade's going to be. this is your time delay. You don't want to set this too low, or they will remove your license if you're spamming the exchange. I've had it down to 20 and 15, but I was only running a couple pairs. You know, if you're running over 10 pairs, you probably want it at 30, maybe higher if you're running like 20 some. I wish I could find that page that explains it, but explore this site. Where was it at? I should have pulled it up before I started the video. Somewhere on here it breaks down what each of these values are. I was looking at it the other day. Is it on the site map? Gunbot configs maybe? Setup. One of these. Man, I don't know where it's at now. But just go over this whole site. Maybe Gunbot tutorials. How to fix your GUI crash. When you load something, a window is going to come up. Don't click anything. Just wait a minute and that window will go down. If you click anything, it's going to crash. The way I run it. Is this it? Yeah. So this is good here. Under tutorials, the way I run it. He breaks it down and explains how these bands work. Okay, here's where those percentages are. It's going to go 25 above or below where the bot thinks this band is. Okay, where the actual band is, you know, it doesn't know for sure, but that's the geniusness of the bot, is it's going to calculate where they are by looking at the I think it looks at the moving average or the last so many sales, you know. So that maybe that'll help you understand. Read all of this here. This is all good stuff here. It breaks down each setting. There's the timing. Okay. So I'm not going to go into this all here. Maybe I'll do another video where I'll go through and kind of explain what this is explaining here. But for now, if you want to go read this, it's a good place to start. I don't know if anybody's even purchased the bot from me yet. Last I checked, nobody has. But for those of you that I sent over to East Coast Crypto, they have been asking me, you know, how it's going and stuff. Or, you know, go check this out, guys. This is a good visual here of how the bands work. See, I have mine set at 40. That's the same. I think East Coast has these same settings, pretty much. I think these will work good. Let's check. Let's see if it's made any orders. Okay, so I'm not getting a whole lot of activity. Oh, those are open orders. Oh, okay. It looks like it just bought some made. That was me buying waves. And then it bought these. So far it's just been buying. And then I have some stop orders set for coins that I'm just holding. If you have a long-term coin that you want to hold, don't run the bot on it because it'll sell them. Like I have Neo, Strat. I think it might stop order triggered for Strat, but Litecoin and Neo. Oh man, where's my Litecoin? Did it sell? I'll check on that in a minute. minute here. Let me just go over my other programs real quick. Maybe I'll make a video on these. Bitconnect doing great as always. Over 4K earned, so I'm over 50% ROI. Probably like 60%, I don't know, but I'll get there. I'll return on investment pretty soon. Control Finance, I'm about to get another $18 from this account, and I have one set up for my girl too, but this one's been doing good. You see, I just put a little bit more in every day, or every other day I try to put a little bit more in to compound. So everything's been doing good there. My next payment I should make about to break 400. Should get pretty close to that today. Ambus, doing good. I had another delay with the deposit, but their customer support's great. They took care of it. Just do small investments in this. The nice thing is you can pull your money out after 24 hours for 7% fee. So, you know, but you know, with any of these programs, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Don't put your, you know, mortgage or you know, rent money or bill money in there. And yeah, so far this has been great. The customer support's been good. They pay 3.6, but you know, with any of these, they're not 100%. But so far, I've had great experiences with these 3 programs. I also tried that microhash, but I'm not going to even put a referral link or recommend that because that's just crazy. 10% a day. I put like 20 some bucks in and it was working out, and then I put another 20 some in and had a problem. I think the problem's with my Exodus wallet. It's just not. I've been having a lot of problems with Exodus for some reason. I just put money into my Bitconnect too, and that's still waiting on confirmation. For some reason, it's not putting the proper fee, and I'm getting long confirmations on stuff. And then yesterday all day I had a problem, an IO error. So I don't know what that's about. It's working now. I'm still waiting for a deposit to Bitconnect to go through. I wanted to buy some IOTA, but I might just have to wait a couple days for it to come back into my wallet because it doesn't look like it's going to confirm. It's still on 0 confirmation, so I don't know if that has to do with SegWit or what. So there's an update on Ambus. I've actually made an extra 0.02, so 0.069 from a 500 deposit that took a couple days to go through, and then it didn't show up here, but they reimbursed my interest, so it should be a 0.069 I've made from them. And 377, that's not counting my referrals, that's just lending money. With my referrals, I've probably almost broken even already. And with Bitconnect, I've got some referrals too, and might have 5K altogether with Bitconnect if you count the referrals. So, you know, these programs are nice to make both lending and referral income, and they're free to sign up with. So, you know, I think you do have to put $100 into Bitconnect though to make the referral money. So that's update on the third-party programs I'm using, and the bot is it's really cool. There's just a learning curve with it, and you know, maybe if if you're better at this kind of thing, maybe you'll figure it out and have great success with it. Like I said, East Coast Crypto's been having amazing results with his. And I've probably been having pretty good results. It did make a lot of trades the other day, but my USD value was going down. I didn't mean to imply that the bot was losing me money. It's programmed not to sell for less than I bought it for, which is nice. If you're new to trading, that's a big problem a lot of people have, is they're real anxious to make money and they don't want to have the patience to wait, which is why you should always write down what you buy it for and then double check before you sell. You don't want to sell for less than what you bought it for. And then somebody was giving me a hard time about my stop trade video, saying that I set my stop for less than what I bought it for. I was just trying to show how to do a stop. I guess I should have said you don't want to put it less than what you bought it for, unless of course you just bought, if you just bought here, you don't want to set your stop right where you bought it at, because there's a chance it's going to swing down and stop you out. So you're going to want to, that's the way I do it. I like to go down a little bit more than where I bought it at, in case it swings down, or else you're just going to be wasting time and fees, because you're going to get stopped out a couple hours later when it swings back down, and then it's going to swing back up and you're going to miss out. So the way I do it is I go down below the resistance, because I buy at the bottom of the resistance. Of course you want to buy at the lowest point. Like here's a resistance level here, so you want to buy here, but then you want to set your stop a little bit lower, maybe even down here, so you don't get stopped out in an hour because it's going to swing up and then it's going to swing down and then it's going to swing back up. So I like to go down a little bit. Yes, you might lose a couple bucks depending on how much you buy. That's why I just buy, small amounts. I like to play the market. I'm not like a guy that puts 2 Bitcoin on one trade. I've done that before, but I like to play the market, and I buy several different, coins, and then wait for one to moon, and then sell out. You might have to wait a week. I'm not real big into day trading. You gotta really be on point to do that stuff, and unless you're really good, you're probably gonna lose money doing that. You want to be a swing trader. You want to buy it right down where you bought it at, come back in a couple days, or maybe once a day check, but it's probably gonna be a couple days, maybe even a week. Probably a week or two would be best to come back and look where it's at. If you're up, then sell. You might want to also put your goal of how much you want to make. If you're gonna wait a week and tie your money up, you're probably gonna want to make at least 5-10%. So calculate that, write your goal, and if you meet that goal, then sell. A lot of people are just in such a hurry. As soon as something starts to dip, they want to sell and get into something else, and you're losing money that way. You get all emotional about it. You fear of missing out on something. You get scared that it's gonna dump, or all the different emotions that come into trading. You got to pull that out, and that's why the bot is nice. It doesn't worry about it. It just does what it's programmed to do, and it won't sell for a loss. It doesn't have any emotion. It's just gonna buy it at the point that it thinks is the lowest and sell at the point that it thinks it's the greatest, and it's gonna aim for whatever you put here as your gain. So it's not gonna sell for less than a 2% gain, and it's gonna work day or night, and might make several trades in one day. So that's why the bot's nice. I just have to tweak these and then wait for a good day. Hopefully today is gonna be a good day, and I make some good money. Let me see where I'm at now. Oh, I thought I was up. I'm not. I'm down $30, but don't let that bother you. Let's say there's Litecoin and Ethereum. Let's say that they're both $100, okay, to make it easy. Ethereum goes to $1.50. Let me think of how to say this. Let's say Ethereum's $100 and goes to $1.50, and you make $50. Well, Litecoin on the other hand is $100 and goes down to 30, so you lost 70, and your whole account balance is going to be down $20. But if you just wait until Litecoin comes back up to $1.10 or $1.20 and then sell, now you're going to be up that 50 from Ethereum plus the 20 from Litecoin. You know, but you just have to wait and be patient. That's what trading's all about, is patience. It takes money from the impatient and gives it to the patient. Okay, so don't be impatient, you're gonna lose money. Just wait. Even though your account value is going down, that doesn't mean you're losing money. That's just the nature of the game, especially if you spread out into 20-30 different coins. Not all of those coins you're going to be doing good on. Probably most of them you're going to be doing bad on. So a lot of the time your value probably is going to be going down, actually. That doesn't mean you're losing money. As long as you are making good trades and making money, don't worry about your account balance. You know, your bot or you, as long as you or the bot is making good trades, if the bot doesn't know anything but to make good trades, then you're gonna be in a positive eventually. Hope that makes sense. Any questions, leave them below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell, all that jazz. I will be talking to you here soon. Maybe I'll make another video later if something comes up. If not, I'll probably be talking to you tomorrow. So, y'all have a good one, and I'll be talking to you here soon. Peace and love and anarchy. I'm out.